Hello, everyone. Welcome back to StoryPath English. In this video, you will practice English in a simple and powerful way. We will use the shadowing technique. First, listen to the sentence. Then pause the video and repeat after me. This will help you speak English more clearly and confidently. Today's story is emotional and inspiring. It is about a simple mistake, a quiet place, and a connection that changed everything. Are you ready? Let's begin the story.
My name is Emily Carter. I am 24 years old. I live alone. I live in a small apartment near the city centre. My apartment is quiet. Sometimes it is too quiet. I work as a library assistant. Every morning, I wake up at the same time. I make a cup of tea. I sit near the window. I watch people walking fast on the street below. They look busy. They look important. Then I go to work. The library is calm. The walls are tall. The shelves are full of books. People speak softly. Pages turn slowly. I help visitors find books. I scan library cards. I smile politely. But inside, I feel empty. I do not talk much. I do not laugh much. At night, I read books about brave people, people who travel, people who fall in love, people whose lives change. Sometimes I close my book and ask myself, when will something change for me? One Friday afternoon, I felt very tired. My head was heavy. My heart felt slow. My manager came to me and said, "Emily, you can leave early today." I said thank you. I walked outside. The sky was grey. The air was cool. Instead of going home, I started walking. No plan. No direction. Just walking. Left turn. Right turn. Again and again. After some time, I stopped. I looked around. I was lost. The cafe was quiet and calm. Soft music played. It smelled of fresh coffee and baked bread. I felt my shoulders relax. There were only a few people inside. I chose a table near the window. I could see the street outside. A gentle rain had started. Tiny droplets tapped the glass. A young man came to me. He wore a plain shirt and an apron. His hair was dark and slightly messy. His eyes were kind. His movements were slow and careful. "What would you like?" he asked. His voice was soft, warm, comforting. "A coffee, please," I said. He nodded and smiled. I watched him work. He moved with care. Every action seemed thoughtful. I looked around the cafe. There were books on shelves, small notes and pictures on the walls, little plants in corners. Every detail felt personal, not like a business, but like someone's dream. When he brought my coffee, he noticed the book in my bag. "You like reading?" he asked. "Yes," I said. "I work in a library. That explains a lot," he said softly. "You look calm, peaceful." I felt my cheeks warm. No one had ever said that to me before. His name was Daniel. He was 26 years old. He told me he had left a stressful office job. I wanted a slower life, he said. I wanted somewhere quiet, somewhere I could feel calm. I nodded. I understood him immediately. His words, his voice, made me feel safe. We started talking slowly, not rushing, not forcing anything. Minutes passed. I sipped my coffee. I listened. I smiled quietly. I realized I had not felt this relaxed in years. Not in school. Not at work. Not anywhere. It felt peaceful. After I left, I found myself thinking about the cafe and about him. I returned to the cafe the next day, and the day after that. Each time I stayed longer. Sometimes we talked. Sometimes we were quiet together. I liked the quiet moments. They were comforting. I remembered how he made coffee, how he smiled, how he seemed to notice small details. Days passed. Weeks passed. Then one evening, the cafe was almost empty. Daniel cleaned the counter slowly. "Tomorrow is my last day here," he said softly. My heart dropped. I tried to hide it. "Why?" I asked. "I am moving to another city," he said. "A new job. A new start." I tried to smile, but inside, my chest felt tight. That night, I could not sleep. I kept thinking about him, thinking about his voice, his smile, his gentle presence. I realized something important. I liked him more than I expected, more than I should, more than I wanted to admit. The next morning, I went to the cafe early. My hands were shaking. When he saw me, he looked surprised. I took a deep breath. "Daniel," I said, "meeting you has changed my days." I did not want to stay silent. I needed to tell you how I feel. He looked at me quietly. Then he smiled. "I was hoping you felt the same," he said. That day, everything felt lighter. The quiet moments, the small smiles, the coffee, the books, all became something special. After he moved, we stayed in touch. Messages in the morning, calls at night, visits on weekends. Distance was hard, but our feelings grew stronger. Months passed. Each day, I felt happier. One day, he came to my library. He held a book and smiled. "I miss this place," he said. Later that evening, we walked through the city. The streets were full of lights. The air smelled faintly of rain. People walked by, laughing. The world seemed bright and alive. He stopped and looked at me. "Emily," he said, "sometimes getting lost is how we find what we truly need." I smiled. I knew he was right. Now, we share mornings and coffee. We share books and quiet. We share dreams and plans. That wrong turn On a tired grey afternoon, led me to the right person. Life can be quiet. Life can be small. But sometimes the smallest choices change everything.
This is my story. Thank you for listening. Now, go back and read the story again. Pause after each sentence and repeat out loud. Practice every day, even for 10 minutes. This is how you build confidence in English. See you in the next video on StoryPath English.